So I'd quite like to ask a question about toxic masculinity, but the flip side of it is holy masculinity, full masculinity as modelled by our Lord.
It's a very loaded question.
Sorry, yeah.
No.
Wow.
How to be a man without being toxic. I always say we have to keep coming back to Christ, keep coming back to Him always. We're called to imitate Him.
His whole life is about self-giving, and there's a strength there. There is a real sense of leadership there. There is, many of the things that were expected certainly of the men of his time, but all done in a way that's about self-giving, that's about service, that is, not about self-interest, not about dominating others, but is still with the clarity, with the leadership, and with a definite sense of purpose.
When he was on this earth, you could see him using his authority in the right sense, and that's what we need at times. He would use his authority when he had to speak the truth, when he had to correct people, and on the other side, he had compassion towards people. And so there's this great mix, a blend of masculinity that Christ had.
That authenticity is perhaps the thing that men are looking for today, an authentic version of what it means to be a man in the world.
Love is always looking for the best of the other, to serve the other. And if that really isn't our understanding of love, especially as a Christian, then we really have to reconsider our values a bit more carefully.
And it seems to me that's the model for not just the men of our day, but of every generation really, to try and see in themselves a reflection of the fatherhood of God, but to see that always as a way of service and love and giving, self-giving really, which is obviously modelled for us and shown perfectly by Christ in the world.
Because it's very dangerous to get caught up in different little factions that are going on in the world right now, which sometimes pose to be Christian. It's very important that we clearly define these virtues. What does it actually mean when this particular group that I want to be a part of talks about love or about masculinity? And to check that with our Christian understanding.
They see clearly now, I think, the effects, the negative effects of the masculinity that's been proffered to them, which has now been branded as being toxic. I think they've seen the cruelty that, particularly toward women, that form of masculinity, as you say, control, dominance brings, and the challenge really that Christ presents to all of us is a vision of masculinity that is complementary to the feminine.
Sometimes you might think that men are about women and women are about men, and we try and compete, but it's not about competition, it's about complementing each other. Men have something to offer to this world that women can't. Women have something to offer to this world that men can't.
That Christ came here to give himself. And so as a man, whether you are in school, university, or at work, with your family, give yourself completely. You have talents, you have gifts, share that. With the places you go to study, you go to interact and engage yourself, give yourself. And again with your friends, with those close to you, show who you are, give yourself. It does not ever need to get to the point of dominion or domination, because that isn't love.
And I think this is the key, really, where freedom, a true freedom, calls both to a life of self-giving and to a life of trust. And all of those words, freedom, self-giving, trust, there is a beauty to those. And it's those really that enable what we might call true friendship and ultimately communion. And that's what every human being is looking for. I think what we see in the toxic version of that is a relationship held together by fear, intimidation and oppression.